Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It's your boy Exacto here with a Dragon Ball Super theory. That's right, you heard correctly. A Dragon Ball Super theory. Now, this theory is my own personal belief as to why Toppo was allowed to compete in the Tournament of Power. Now, if you're not up to date on Dragon Ball Super, then let me catch you up really quickly. So Zeno-sama, the Omni King, king of all, has decided that there's way too many universes to watch over. So he decided that, okay, I'm gonna destroy the weakest universes, and some of the universes included are Universe 7, Universe 6, Universe 11, Universe 2, Universe 10, and that's just some of the universes that are included in the mix. And he decided it was too many to watch over, 12 is too much to watch over, so he's going to destroy some of them. So he's going to destroy the universes with the weakest warriors, basically. I think it's called the lowest mortality level. So basically that's what he decided. But then, if you remember, during the tournament between Universe 6 and Universe 7, Beerus and Champa, that he really liked all the martial arts and the fighting that he saw. Considering that he doesn't know how to do any of it himself, he's just all powerful without actually knowing how to fight or anything like that. Obviously, if you've seen Zeno-sama, he looks like a kid's play toy. So, after seeing that, and after meeting him, Goku presents him with the idea of a multi-universe tournament. And Zeno-sama thought it was a great opportunity to have some entertainment, number one. And he also presented the universes with this, that he's gonna have the Tournament of Power, and instead of destroying all the universes, give one universe out of the weakest opportunity to prove that they deserve to survive. And every universe that loses, every other universe that loses in the tournament is destroyed, basically. So the universe rules are as follows. Each universe gets to choose a maximum of 10 warriors, and the God of Destruction cannot compete in the fight. So the God 125 of Dragon Ball Super, it is revealed that Toppo is Universe's 11th candidate for their next God of Destruction. It is revealed when he transforms and unlocks his God key and the power of destruction. That's when the Supreme Kai for Universe 11 says he's the candidate for their next God of Destruction. Now, ever since this little transformation power-up, Dragon Ball Super fans have been debating with each other on whether or not Toppo should have even been allowed to compete in the first place. One side is saying he shouldn't have been allowed to compete because he has Hakai, the power of destruction, and that's just way unfair, and it's not fair. He's basically a God of destruction. The opposing side is saying that he technically isn't a God of destruction. Technically, he's just a candidate. And to be fair, Beerus did say that he hasn't even mastered Hakai as yet. So I'm gonna give you my stance on the subject, on the matter. Is allowed to compete. And for me to explain to you why I think he's allowed to compete, first let me break down what I believe are 3 requirements for being a Hakaishi, God of Destruction. Number 1 is Hakai. Number 1. That's simply what Hakai means. Now, what is Hakai? Hakai is literally the manifestation of destruction itself. You can think of Hakai as antimatter. It destroys everything, literally turns it into nothing. Now, Hakai doesn't require a set power level. It doesn't require a set strength or, power level. No, it's just something that's unlocked through training, through special training. As we can see when the Universe 11 attendant, I don't remember her name, says when his training, it's time to see the results of his special training. So that is what Hakai isn't based on power, it's not based on strength, it's simply and is in the most destruction. Anything that Hakai touches turns into nothing, which is obviously different because, as you can see, when Frieza destroyed planets, it left nothing but a bunch of floating rubble. As to where when Beerus destroyed planets, it left nothing at all. The space is entirely empty. Okay, so fully mastered. He hasn't been able to use Hakai in its full capacity. Number 2, destruction, the most feared and revered warrior in your universe. You have to be insanely strong, right? You cannot be a weakling. The whole point of the Gods of Destruction is the Gods of Destruction essentially strikes fear in the hearts of everyone in their respective universe. For example, in some of Vegeta's flashbacks when he saw Beerus for the first time, he saw Beerus standing with his foot on his father's head, and his father Beerus cowering in fear. Or when Frieza was resurrected and went to fight Goku and saw when Frieza was resurrected and was told fear into the hearts of the inhabitants of his universe. Power is a very important thing. Now, it can be conferred from Universe's 11 situation that the next God of Destruction doesn't necessarily have to already be the most powerful person in the universe, considering the fact that Jiren is the most powerful being in Universe 11, but yet Toppo is the candidate to be the next God of Destruction. And I'm actually going to do a video later on as to why I feel like Toppo was the best candidate to be Universe 11's God of Destruction. And here comes requirement number 3. The only one that Toppo does not meet. And this requirement is divinity. Now you can say, what do you mean by divinity? I mean divinity, divine life, divine nature, divine energy, divine health, everything that makes the gods gods. Now now we have to take a look at divinity in the Dragon Ball. The hierarchy of divinity is at the top is Zeno-sama, and under him are the angels, which are the attendants and the high priest. And under the high priest is the god of destruction, and under the god of destruction, and on the same level as the god of destruction, is the supreme Kais. So to determine the divinity and the divine nature of these creatures, I had to go back to Dragon Ball Z to when we first encountered the previous generation's Supreme Kai. He basically says that as Kais or gods, you're not immortal, but you're not mortal. They can live for millions on top of millions of years. Lifespan. Now, now there are races in the Dragon Ball universe, such as Namekians, who can live for hundreds of who Guru, you can obviously tell, has lived for centuries. 100 years, for at least 100 years. For at least 100 years. Is not yet acquired divinity. Now, I had to look at the Supreme Kai and look at certain things that Beerus is known for, and I have concluded that the gods, or the Kais and the god at least 1 to 2 billion years. And this is evidented by Beerus himself and by the previous generation Supreme Kai, because the previous generation Supreme Kai has actually lived to see the next generation Supreme Kai, which is actually something that is very uncommon, that they don't usually do. And he says that we can live for millions and top of millions of years. So, taking a look at their lifespan and how much Beerus sleeps. Beerus is known for sleeping for hundreds to thousands of years at a time, which shows that he has time to waste. And when you can live for millions and maybe even a billion years, of course you have time to waste. So that is the only requirement that Toppo doesn't meet. So that goes to say that what qualifies and allows Toppo to compete in the tournament of power is his mortality. His likelihood to die is what makes him eligible to compete in the tournament of power. So I present that theory actually to you guys on YouTube. Tell me what you think. You can think it is a dumb theory, which I'm sure a lot of you will think, or you can actually say that it makes sense. It makes sense that him being immortal would be what makes him eligible to compete in the Tournament of Power. Until he acquires divinity, he is considered immortal. Until he acquires that divine nature, which allows him to live for thousands to millions to maybe even a billion years, he is not officially the god of destruction for Universe 11. So guys, tell me what you think about this theory. If you have any questions, you comment them down below. And if you would like to know how I believe that the mortals, that the god of destructions who were once mortal actually acquired their divine nature, then comment down below that you would love to hear my theory on that. Otherwise, guys, it's your boy Exacto signing off.